What's going on, baseball fans? Jeremy Laracuente here for the Baseball Banter Broadcast, and we are back with our Sunday simulation series, this time trying to turn the Philadelphia Phillies into a World Series winner. Where we last left off, we were entering the 2025 season, so that's where we're going to pick it up. So as we take a look here, we're going to start off the season against the New York Mets. So we did some changes this offseason. Obviously, the rotation, the lineup, the starting lineup is pretty much identical to what it was last year. We're basically running out the same offensive core that we did last season. We did make some changes to the pitching staff. So we called up Andrew Painter, so he's going to be part of the rotation. We signed John Means. We got a trade for John King. So we made a couple of moves this offseason to try to better our chances. So what we're going to do now is we're going to simulate the first few days. So now we are into our scouting assignments for the season. And we're going to skip all that. All right, so as we begin, we want to definitely take a look and try to start scouting out some of these prospects. So we have the 28th pick in the draft. So it's going to be important. And as I have throughout the course of these streams, we're going to kind of take a look at the players in and around that position. We're going to want to try to maximize the potential value of what we could get. There are some obvious choices, when you get into it. So we're going to take a look at the player that is ranked at 26 by MLB, but we're also going to take a look at some of the other players around those spots just to see if we end up in a position to be able to bring in some new talent. But we're also going to send out a scout to discover some talent. So we're going to look for pitching internationally. We're going to send him out. So that's going to be the first set of plans here. So we're going to run through this first week. And again, go ahead and clear out these notifications. All right. So let's see here. So let me take a look at this budget. So we're definitely going to have to free up some space with our budget, as the projected yearly deficit is not going to work out in our favor. Let's take a look at our scouting overall. So this guy's gone backwards in terms of where the Phillies will have him ranked. So we're going to continue to take a look and see. So he's not rated, but Philly has him ranked 14th. We're going to take a look at that. And see here, kind of want to give another bit of time just to figure out. Actually, we're going to change up the prospect. Let's see. So we are the 28th pick in that first round, so we definitely want to try to take a look at that. Those players that are around that number, just to see what we can discover. So we're going to go east now with the discovery. All right, so that's what we're going to do for the week there. All right, back to our scouting assignments. So he's falling backwards, so we're going to keep looking. We want to try to get a good sense of the players that could potentially really be of impact to us and for us. So I want to see a little bit more from this prospect. We're going to change this up. We're going to go out west for pitchers. And let's go through this week. Back to our scouting assignments. All right, so we're going to change this guy out. I want to leave him for another week. All right, let's see what else. Who else is available in and around that spot? But we also kind of want to go deeper into the draft for the next few rounds, just because at the same time we want to be able to make sure that we're getting the best that we possibly can. So I'm gonna scout the position. All right. So once we get a little bit more, all right, so we've got them pretty well scouted now. We're gonna go ahead and change out the prospect. Now, obviously, as the draft and all gets closer, we definitely want to take a look and see where kind of these prospects kind of fall into, just to see what we could possibly have in the draft. All right, so we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna change this prospect. With this second scout, I'm gonna start looking more into the 60s, just to see what we have out there in and around the potential draft spot that we have in the second round. So let's see. Just because obviously we want to be able to take a look to make sure that we're getting, now I'm going to start having him scout some prospects as well. We're going to go further back to the third round with this third scout. So in and around that 100 mark. So let's see. All right. And then we're going to reevaluate at the end of this week to see where we are at the major league level. So we find ourselves 4 games back right now behind the Atlanta Braves. We've been struggling over the last 10 to 8. So just above 500. So not the greatest of times right now. So this player's pretty well scouted. All right, so let's switch up all of these prospects again. So we're going to look to those prospects that are in and around that late 20 number. And then in and around the 60 mark. So all right. Let's see. And in and around that 100 mark. Because like I said, we want to be pretty well scouted in terms of the draft. So we want to try to maximize the possibilities of the players that we could be going after. So, all right, let's see where we are now. We keep falling further and further behind. So all right, let's keep changing out. I want to give another week with them. Change you out. Let's keep going. So we're looking for 60 mark. So, all right, we're gonna change you, and and you're going to be around the 100 mark. So let's keep going back. Because again, it's important to really get a good sense of the players that are going to be available to us around the spots that we're going to be selecting at. So we definitely want to be able to get an idea, a good sense of who these players are going to be and what we can expect from them. So, all right. So, all right, you're pretty well scouted. Change. Let's see. All right. I kind of want to give it another week, but not really. All right. So let's continue on. Let's see. 55. And around the 100 mark. So we can continue. So let's see. Two. All right, and let's set that. All right. 6.5 games out. That's a rough stretch right there. Because the Braves don't lose. But we're firmly in the wild card hunt, so as long as we can have a chance to get in, that's really going to be the key. So we'll run through another week with all these guys because I think that need a little bit more knowledge about these, because I feel like these guys could end up being the ones that we end up going with just because of the placement of where they're going to end up in the draft. So all right, let's change them out. And let's see. So let's see. MLB has these guys focused now in on our first overall pick. Because at this point we have to make sure that we land on something serious with that first round pick. So it's going to be important that we definitely make the right call and the right decision with that. Okay, so all right, so let's see. Let's see where we are and try to make sure we maximize our opportunities here with these players in some of these other spots. All right. Because as you see, we're in June now. We're approaching the draft that happens at the All-Star break. And then we got to really evaluate where our team is, where our franchise is. So this guy's pretty good for... This may end up being the pick that we select if we can get him. So, take a look at a different guy. Let's see. 30th. Interest levels. It's been scouted, but not sure if that's enough. And let's change this prospect. All right, and we're gonna go through another week here, see where we are. 8.5 out. All right, so this has been a struggle. We got to take a look at the Major League Club because we're now 2 games out of the wild card. So let's set these scouting assignments. We're gonna change you, and then we're gonna have to take a look at. Yeah, he's injured. We're gonna have to take a look at our Major League squad and see exactly what we can get done. So, because we got to figure out some improvements here, because we're falling out of contention, and we definitely need to make sure that we're in a position for success. So let's take a look at start with the pitching staff. Yeah, so this is where the struggles are coming in. Our pitching staff is not producing the way that we would like. Some high ERAs in the bullpen, high ERAs in the rotation. So yeah, Nola's struggling, Andrew Painter's struggling. The other 3 are pretty solid. Some solid production from the bullpen, but also some high ERAs here. So let's take a look at the lineup. Yeah, cold players all around. So it makes sense that we're struggling. Going back in there, he did quite well for us last year. Let's see. So the bench is decent right now. It's pretty solid, especially considering the Bohm was on the bench. So let's see if that change in the lineup can infuse something. Yeah, it doesn't look like it, but let's figure out where we are. And get ourselves prepped for the draft. And then we can really focus in on fixing. Then we can focus in on fixing what is happening. I want to scout this guy, even though it says that he's injured. So we'll see how that goes. All right, so we're on the final countdown. All right, so we're going to the draft. Let's go ahead to the draft. Now, obviously, like I said, we have the 28th pick in the first round. The White Sox have the #1 pick. So take a look and see who they have selected. Jed Rush. He was ranked 4th in MLB's predictions and in our rankings. Pirates have selected, let's see, Murray Schwab. Show the first 3 picks and then skip ahead to our selection. And who do we have here? Oakland. Okay. The Oakland A's, Curtis Carter. All right, so we're gonna jump ahead here to our selection, and let's take a look. So we're on the clock here. So this guy was the #1 overall. Man, but we did not scout him. And I did the same thing last year where I didn't scout the first overall guys. And it kind of left me in a spot where I was very much unsure of where to go for it, because this is the #1 guy that's on the board, it looks like. So, I mean, let's go with him, right? So we'll see how it goes. Skip ahead to our next selection. And let's see. Yeah. All right. We're gonna go ahead and simulate the rest. All right. So let's see if we have anybody participating in the home run derby. We do not. And let's see who is representing us in the All-Star game. So Ranger Suarez, nice. Paul Sewald. And let's see. That's it on the. That's it. A couple of pitchers. I mean, it tracks. It makes sense because our team has not been playing the greatest. So we can now start looking to sign our draft picks. A few trades have gone down. Interesting. Some interesting trades there. Let's take a look at our lineup. So still some struggles all around. But let's see. Struggles in the rotation, it looks like. All right, so now the thing is that where we are, let's see where we are financially. Yeah, we're in the hole. So the reality is that we need to make a move to free up some of this, and yeah, we've got to make a pretty significant move. And that's where the problem comes in, because the reality is that anybody that's making legitimate money on our team is going to be someone of value. And even if we were to like include some of these, I guess we can make a move like this. Just to get us out of the red. See what we can get that's MLB ready. Yeah. Not too fond of these moves. This one's not too bad, but it leaves us still in the red, so not really something that we want to do. We would have to make this move for prospects. Because Vinny Pasquantino. Now that might be a move that we make. That might be a move that we make. Because he's a solid player and he's not making anything. So yeah, I'm gonna run through just to do the due diligence of seeing what other offers are out there. But I think that's the move to make. Yeah. Yep, I'm pretty sure that's the move to make. Yeah, because the rest of these deals that are actually worth anything in terms of reciprocating a solid enough player for our lineup, they're all going to cost. And yeah, so we're going to go right back to the Royals and we're going to take this offer. All right. So let's see. All right. Huh. I wonder if we move Reese, because this is basically a left-handed Hoskins here. So yeah, a younger and left-handed Hoskins. Wonder what we can get back for Reese. See, that's the problem, is that all these deals are going to still leave me in the red. And any deal that's not, I don't really want to make. Alright, so we're going to go ahead. We're going to skip that for now. But let's adjust our roster. Atmore's struggling. We're going to send you to AAA. And we're going to insert. Where do we put Pasquantino? All right, let's see. You know what? I think for now I'm going to platoon it. Have him coming off the bench. All right, so we have to. All right, so we're gonna start seeing what's gonna take to sign our draft picks. Obviously, we're gonna put them in order of how they were drafted, and we got to get them up over 50% in order to offer them a contract. So we're gonna see how things go, sim through these days, and let's see where we are. Overall, I'm gonna leave it going for another few days because not enough. Man, 3 losses in a row right here. This has not been a good week for us. 9 games back. Let's check and see where we are in terms of the wild card. So we're back in the wild card picture. All 3 are from the National League East because we're all well behind the Braves right now. It's insane. The Cardinals acquire Brian Reynolds from the Pirates. Wow, that is a big deal. Giovanni Gallegos, torn finger ligament, 1 to 2 months. Great. So, all right. Man, that is a big move. All right, so we got to replace him on the roster. Obviously, we're going to go ahead with another reliever. Let's bring up Matt Moore back up. Hopefully, he can get it together. All right, so I'm gonna give it another 3 days on these. Let's see if we can't swing a deal, offer a contract. Yeah, I'm gonna keep it going because I want to offer below the value. Yeah, we're so struggling right now. So you can see 2 and 8 over the last 10. Okay, Well, the season's over. Aaron Nola has sustained a injury, a head fracture during today's game. He'll be out over 6 months. All right. Well, that's detrimental to everything we were trying to do. So we're gonna have to call up. Man, let's view the trade block. Have any starters? Luis Patino, Plesac. We're just already so much in the hole right now. Man, this is tough. That's a tough blow because, I mean, we were already struggling. Look at with 13 games out. Still half a game up in the wild card. Crazy. It's not even the biggest division lead. This is insane. Wow. Oh, man. So... all right, so we have to try and see what we can do to salvage this season because it's not going well. And we're at the trade deadline. Basically, we need to do something. And it has to be pitching because we don't have enough of it. The problem is that we also don't really have the finances right now to be able to support anything else either. So we're literally stuck right now. All right, well, deadline comes and goes, so we're going to... all right, let's go ahead and let's offer some of these contracts. He's decided to sign. Perfect, because we still have more to get to. All right, he declined offer. He decided to sign. All right, so both of these guys are interested. He's injured. So all right, I'm gonna give these guys a few days just to kind of figure out where things are. Go ahead. Man, this is rough go of it. We lost one of our bullpen arms. We lost our ace. All right. Run through the end of the month. All right, we're now to the September call-ups. So let's go ahead to add a couple guys to the roster. Typically, I'll add a position player and a pitcher. I guess not going so hot right now for us. So we're 10 games out. We are in the wild card hunt, which is good, but things are not looking well given the fact that we are without our ace. Alright, so we got Gallegos back. So let's send Franklin back to AAA. So Nola, the good thing is that his injury time has gone down, which means that he won't retire because of injury, or at least he shouldn't. Cody Clemens, 1 to 2 months, great. I mean, he's on our AAA team, but regardless. So we're gonna go ahead. Nola, nope, keep him on the 60-day because that's where things stand right now. All right, so we're down to 7 games. Obviously, we've been eliminated from the division, but we have secured ourselves a wild card spot, which is good, very much needed. So congratulations, Phillies have finished the season at 90-72 for a .556 winning percentage. You have made the postseason as a wild card team and will be playing the Marlins in the first round of the postseason. So let's go ahead and let's figure out, because they always butcher what should be the postseason roster. All right, so we have our 5 starters. Have our bullpen. Let's see. So far, yeah, Taylor Ward. All right. All right. So let's see where things stand right now. We are in a very tough predicament, in my opinion. Because we are 100% without our ace. I think I'm going to take Painter out because he has not done as well as would have hoped. Zach Wheeler ends the season as the whip leader. And let's take a look at the awards. So Austin Riley wins the MVP. Spencer Strider, Cy Young. All right. So, and we've been eliminated. The Phillies in real life struggle with the Marlins, and of course it would be very apropos to have the same thing happen on the game. The Dodgers have defeated the Rays in the 2025 World Series. So that's it for this particular stream. I have reached the end of my contract with the Philadelphia Phillies. So on the next stream, we're going to see exactly what we can do. See if the Phillies have even offered me a contract to come back as their general manager. It's been a rough go of it over these past several seasons. So we'll see how things turn out. Definitely let me know down in the comments who you would like to see me become the general manager for. And I will definitely take that into consideration because we may have to be picking a new team. The Phillies may not want me back because I didn't win them a World Series in the first 3 seasons. So it'll be interesting to see what teams we get offered. And yeah, this was rough because losing your ace in Aaron Nola is a very big deal. I think it really hurt us. And I also went over budget, which hurt us. So we'll see how things go. Definitely keep it locked in. Hit the subscribe button down below and the bell for post notifications. Each and every Sunday we're dropping these new Sunday simulation series. So definitely something you'll want to check out as we continue throughout the course of the season, bringing you these streams. If there's more content from MLB The Show 23 you want me to bring to this channel, let me know that down in the comments as well, or find me over on Twitter at banter_baseball, and we can keep the baseball conversation rolling. If you want to find more from us on our social media outlets, we're also on Instagram and TikTok at Baseball Banter Broadcast. We have new articles that go up daily on laracuenteletter.com, and we also have our merchandise shop, baseballbanterbroadcast.com. So if you want to show support for us, you can check out those websites as well. We have some promo codes on the merchandise shop if you want to take a look at that to save on being able to rep the Baseball Banter Broadcast. As always, as I said before, it is a YouTube channel, so definitely hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, as it does a huge service as we continue to try to build this baseball community. So thank you for tuning in. I will catch you on the next broadcast when we banter about baseball. Peace.